Okay, so this one I'm going to touch on faith, God. I'm not going to give the totality answer of God, but it's about, we all start from zero. And from zero, I mean we don't have everything we need, or at least we don't think we have everything we need. We don't have the knowledge. We don't have anything. And the way that I like to explain this part that I think is the simplest is that when we leave work, let's say that it's foggy, like dense fog, really hard to see. And we start driving home. We know where we're going. And along the way, we have no idea what's going on. We can't see. We stay between the lines, and we trust that we're going to get to the stop sign or stop light along the way. And when we get there, we're going to know what's going to happen. And then, or we're going to know what we need to do in that moment. And then we take action. That is really the entire process, is just having faith in yourself and knowing where you're going, and that what you need to know will show itself at the time you need to know it. For me, this is probably the worst advice I can give, but this is what I do. And there's, like I said, there's so many different ways to do this stuff. There's key parts, you're going to keep hearing me repeat them, but how we get to the goal and the ways that we figure out, there's so many ways to do it, really. I mean, there's volumes of self-help books for a reason. There's just so many different ways. For me, I get angry. If I get absolutely angry with something, I'm absolutely frustrated, I want to quit, I know at that point that I need to start looking for a solution to make whatever is upsetting me go away. And I figure out what is upsetting me, and then I start thinking of ways to solve that problem. And what's interesting is that at the same point, this is usually when people give up. They don't understand why they're working, they should know more, they don't, they seem like it's hopeless, and they just give up. I've done it so many times in the past. And it's always at that point. It's that final point. It's just a rite to passage. We have to get there. We need to earn where we're going. Nothing is handed to us. It is not ever handed to us, ever. And when I'm angry, I look for the solution, and I know what I'm looking for. I know what needs to be solved. And next thing you know, the solution will come across my path. I will implement it, and all of the stress, the worry, it changes. The reality, my perception of what I am doing, all of a sudden, the burden subsides. There's this calm, and it's like, wow, what a ride. I got to the next step. And then I repeat. I do the same thing over again. And I'll give you another tip. This is something that I learned through trial and error. When we start out, we're going to have problems pop up, and we get mad at problems. Why does everything keep falling apart? I mean, everything. I still do too. I get upset at it. I mean, just do this video. I kept having problems with the mic. I couldn't figure out how to get it to work. Couldn't get things to work right. It's just upsetting me, and I just kept failing forward. I tried this one thing, and then I would try the next thing, and I kept trying the next thing, but I kept failing up, and I learned a new skill. With problems, I learned that what is happening is God, our reality, it is letting us know that what we're working on, our attention is not focused where it needs to be. We're neglecting an area that we don't know about. And that problem is letting us know what we need to focus on. We also need to keep in mind. So what I do is I look for the solution that gives me a new strength in any problem that pops up. And it's surprising how many times, it's not all the time, but how many times I can find a way to turn that problem into a new tool that gives me strength that I never knew. And the whole point of everything that we're doing, that I'm teaching you, is to build this pyramid of knowledge. We sit at the very top, but we have this wealth of knowledge to pull from that we build up, and it just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And that's how we get our experience, our knowledge. And it gives us more information to pull from, more tools to use to get us to our goal. So anytime a problem comes up, we have so many more things than when we started out with that we can use to solve the problem. So look for the solution that gives you a new strength. Try to find one. It usually is there. And if it's not, you can always just do a quick patch. If it keeps coming up, pay more attention to it. Sometimes we'll have so many plates spinning at the same time, and all of a sudden they start falling, and then we don't have time to do the detailed focus that each deserves, and we just need to do quick patches and focus on what we think is important. It's really intuition and what we know and where we're going that guides us in moments like that. But really, it's the entire point of this section is to believe in yourself. Believe in your ability that you're going to know what you need to know when you need to know it. And just know that you're not always going to know what you need to know. And it's a whole lot of times we're going to feel stupid, especially when we figure out the solution. It's just like, why didn't I see that? Every time. But that's the point of learning, growing, and becoming more. We just feel stupid.